Catacombs. Winter is approaching in the mountains. The leaves have turned. Most have fallen, leaving skeleton trees. Lost, almost forgotten, sits an ancient, abandoned church. Its architecture is unassuming. Its style is like one you've seen many times before, but never paid much attention to. But because of the changes in law and society, this church has been left to ruin. But for 8 people, this church has become a place to hide, a place to wait. You see, these people live in a time when all elements will join in an attempt to turn the last whispers of personal faith and Christianity into silence. It is a time when the great debates and the theological arguments no longer matter. It is a time of great tribulation. It is a time when all questions of heaven and earth are supplied by one power. All opposers disappear. It is a time when faith and survival must work hand in hand. And death wants the last word about all of it.
Death. I can't exactly pinpoint what I think about it, which is funny since we seem surrounded by it lately. When I think of death, I think in terms of literature. I was an English professor for a long time, so death comes to me in words. Poetry, mostly. It is noble, lofty, multisyllabic, and it has an English accent when read aloud. I'd like to think I'm prepared for death now. I'm not. I don't think anyone really can be. How can you fully prepare yourself for something you can't understand and that you experience just once? It's a paradox because death is such an important part of living. Don't ask me to explain that because I can't.
Sam.
Yes, Timothy.
Joshua's gone away, and I can't seem to find him.
Joshua, your chipmunk?
And I don't have anyone to play with.
Oh, where's Peter?
He went hunting.
Oh.
Will you play with me?
Okay. Let's play hide and seek.
Okay.
You hide and I'll try to find you.
Okay.
You ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sam?
Wait, Ruth, let me finish this thought. Sorry. I have to write while I'm thinking about it or I'll forget. The Posthumous Papers of Samuel T. Cathy.
It's not funny, Sam.
I know, but that's what they are, or will be. A complete record of all we've been through since, well, since, how many weeks have we been here, Ruth?
3, maybe 4.
I thought it was longer.
Sam, we have to talk about our food situation. We brought along enough provision for a month, just a month. Our contact from the Christian Underground was supposed to be here by now.
I know it, Ruth. We have no way of knowing what's going on down there. We just have to wait. Have faith and wait. Peter went hunting. Maybe he'll catch something.
Let's pray he does. We're down to 1 meal a day as it is.
Are you sure there's nothing hidden around here? It's likely that the Christian Underground has used this as a hideout before. Maybe they stored some food away.
We've all been through this church. Peter said he found some old dented cans in the basement, but they're probably spoiled.
Have either of you seen Timothy? I can't seem to find him anywhere.
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be looking for him.
Sometimes I can't figure out where his mind is. He's your typical absent-minded professor.
I really hate it when Timothy runs off like this. It scares me.
He's a small boy. Being cooped up in this church is bound to make him antsy.
I realize that. But he's so much like his father was before he... Timothy's headstrong, and he doesn't think before he does something. I'm really scared he's going to get curious about that village down there and want to go take a look.
You don't have to worry about that. It looks like it's going to start snowing. Then none of us will be able to go down.
Timothy! This church is so old and rotted out. There's no telling what kind of death traps he could get into.
It's a small church. We'd hear if anything happened.
I don't want anything to happen at all. I just wish our contact would get here. I don't like this place, and I want to leave. It's cold and damp, like the inside of a crypt.
Just try not to think about it. I'm thankful we have that old coal furnace working for us. It's a miracle it can be used.
A miracle. I guess it is all a miracle, isn't it? Us escaping and finding this place. God has been good to us, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Dinner's almost ready. What we have of it.
I'm sorry, Amy. I didn't mean to leave you stranded with that.
That's all right. There wasn't much to do. Did you talk to Sam about...
Yes.
What did...
I hope he didn't go down to the creek to play. I have nightmares that he'll fall in and drown. I better go check.
I don't want all of us to know how low our food supply is. Some of us will panic.
Yeah, Mary.
You know how preoccupied she is with disaster. She sees a dark cloud behind every silver lining.
I wonder if she was like this before she lost her husband.
I don't know. We were all different people before this nightmare started.
Hey, we better get you cleaned up before...
Timothy! How did you get so dirty?
We're playing hide and seek, and I found this really great hiding spot down in the basement.
Basement. I thought we told you not to go down there.
But there's food. There's a whole bunch of cans down there.
You stay away from those cans. They're bad for you.
But
No buts about it.
It was my idea to play the game, Riggs.
Timothy! Look at you! You're an absolute mess! Dinner's almost ready. Come on, we've got to get you cleaned up before dinner.
I feel sorry for the boy. It's bad enough to have one mother to answer to, but he's got a whole flock of it.
We're just trying to watch out.
Quick, get some blankets. She's heavy.
You're supposed to go for rabbits and deer, Peter, not human beings.
I found him lying out there.
Who is he? Do you know who he is?
Should have left him where he was. You know, he could be one of them.
He doesn't have the mark.
That don't mean nothing.
He might be one of us.
We don't know that. You can't be sure. We should have left him there, but Whiz Kid's here. He might have died out there. I just thought that we should bring him in.
You did the right thing. Even in these times, we have a responsibility to help others.
Well, let's see if you still feel that way when it turns us in.
Here, this should help.
Thank you, Amy. He has a fever. It looks like he hasn't eaten in days.
How in the world did he get way up here?
Maybe he was trying to find this place. Maybe Elijah sent him.
Moses, Elijah. Moses, Elijah. That's all you ever talk about. You know, he may be a policeman or a spy.
He doesn't have the mark, and he could be our
That
contact.
could be a ploy. He has no ID either.
Well, he's here now. We'll just have to take care of him and see what happens. We could be entertaining an angel unaware.
Did you say an angel's underwear?
Yeah.
Hurry! Everything!
Hold on, stay back. He's sick.
I know! I can heal him! Let me lay my hands on him!
Crazy old coot.
Not this time. He's coming around all by himself.
Why don't you get over here?
You have no faith. No faith at all. No. There's power in his hands, but it's a mystery.
Yeah, that's a mystery, all right.
The train!
Take it easy.
I missed it.
Take it easy, fella.
Oh, but Moses.
Sorry.
Did you hear that? He said Moses. He must be one of us if he said Moses.
Everybody knows Moses and Elijah. They're the most wanted men in the country right now.
Come on, Amy. We better find something to eat.
Moses!
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
His mind's in turmoil. I can give him peace and rest.
Sit down before you hurt somebody.
Not hurt. Heal. You have no faith.
Why don't we bring that crazy lunatic with us, man?
But just not one of these.
Peter. Go find the first aid kit. I need to dress some of these scratches. Howard, I think your grievances about Luke have been aired and discussed before. You were outvoted about bringing him along. Try to show some compassion.
Look, we're trying to survive here. You know, the odds are against us anyway without lessening them by dragging around a bunch of excess baggage. Crazy baggage to death.
Another human being is not baggage, regardless of his state of mind.
Look, we're just trying to be practical. You know, this is absurd. We're a group of outcasts in some wet, abandoned, leaky old church on some desolate mountainside. You know, we got the police looking for us. We're running short on food. Winter's coming on, and this broken down coal furnace we're using could explode any minute. We're sitting around waiting for some secret contact from the Christian underground to show up and lead us to the promised land. Now we've got this sick stranger, God knows where, here for God knows what, and only God knows why.
Well, as long as God knows, I'm not worried.
Well, why don't we just put a flashing sign out front then? It says, here we are, come and kill us.
God has taken good care of us so far. We've no reason to believe he'd stop now.
Taking care of us. You call this taking care of? You know, we're supposed to be God's children, and we're living on the run like a bunch of criminals.
It's our own fault. When you let godless men lead a country, they'll do godless things to the God-fearing. We're getting less than we deserve, I'd say. The Bible said it would be like this for believers. God said it. His will is done.
Yeah, well, what about free will, huh? You're saying that we have no choice.
We have a choice, only it's not the kind of choice we like.
You were probably asleep when they taught it, Sloan, but the Bible talks about the joy of being persecuted for Christ and the crown that awaits us if we die for our faith.
But if you're so anxious to die and get a crown, why don't you turn yourself in, huh? Then you can have all the joy of persecution that you want.
You know, if you spent half as much time whining as you did praying, you wouldn't be worried about anything.
You know, maybe you need to learn a little respect for your elders there, smart kid, you know?
Respect is something elders have to earn.
I found some aspirin in the cupboard. It's probably useless. How's he doing?
He's sleeping, but I think he'll be all right in time. We need someone to stay up with him during the night, though.
I'll do it.
Good.
Pete! Pete! He's back!
Shh. Who's back, Sam?
Joshua! I thought something happened to him.
Joshua?
Just pet chipmunk.
You're feeding chipmunks? Wonderful, now we're taking on animals. You know, I think I've heard enough.
He just is wrong.
Don't bother explaining to him.
Did I do something wrong?
Not obviously, not at all.
Is he one of the heathen police?
Heathen police?
When we knocked him off with a Swiss Army knife, had to bust the meat compartment.
Come along, Daniel Boone. Dinner's ready.
I'd rather play with Joshua.
You can play with Joshua later. You two better get washed up.
What do you think, Sam?
I'm not sure what to think.
What do we do when he gets better? I mean, just in case he might not be one of us.
We'll have to talk to him and find out. If he's not, and he's from the village, someone may miss him and send out a search party. And if they do, we'll be found for sure.
I think he's our contact from the underground, especially since he mentioned Moses.
Howard had a point, though. Ever since they started the underground, the names of Elijah and Moses are known all over the country. All we can do is wait.